Hi, welcome to another week of Dimensional Shifts and Understandings. This is Jangala. Yeah, how you been? Good to see you again. Last week I decided to have a week off and saw it as time of integration, or the word I've been using lately is calibration. So it's a lot of time of your body getting used to the new energy in it. So it's almost like a lot of what's the word? Almost like an electricity in a sense, buzzing in through the body and the skin. Um, Lots and lots of new energies coming through. So it really felt like there was nothing to say or nothing to share about doing. It was just more, this is the week to experience almost like silence, a time of, being in it. So there's, nothing to do about being in it. It's just you have your week of being in it, and that's perfect. So we're back into this week, which is more about, I suppose, working with the senses and insight instead of hindsight. So because things are moving so quickly, it's about the well, like I said in the last video blog, it's trusting how you're being asked to move with where the energy is and where you've been taken with the energy. Um, so usually what we experience is we get an intuitive sensation or an understanding, and then we start formulating a plan of action, and then we make movements, and then fears come up about those movements, and then we stop, or we pause, or we procrastinate, or we, push our will so fast and furious so we don't necessarily really feel what's happening and how we are. We just move quickly and get things done. So, and then when we look back in hindsight and look at how God, the universe, was working with us and directing us. So that's how we've been doing it, how we've been brought up to do it, how we've been had our belief system around hindsight. Personally, I see it as because we can't, or we're told we can't really trust ourselves because we don't really know, it's better to plan ahead and then look back at how things have happened. Whereas as you're in the fifth dimension and all the other dimensions beyond that, it's about impeccable trust and usage of the senses. So when I say senses, I mean, mainly intuition, but, clairaudience, so listening for clues of guidance, of your own sense of being, sense of knowing, your clairvoyance, getting a vision of, yeah, it feels right to go over there. And I know I've mentioned this before, but it's just all quickening. So there's no hindsight, it's just more you move where the energy is, and then, days later, or even like can be to minutes later, an hour later, days later, a week later, you have the confirmation. It just builds more trust, more confidence in you working intuitively. And this is all part of the new consciousness coming in now. So we all walk around experiencing our high velocity of intuition, high velocity of awareness, of being so present in the moment that we do know how to trust ourselves. When fears come up, we do know how to feel the fear. We do know how to express that fear, that emotion. We do know how to give ourselves time to feel it, to express it. We don't go into knee-jerk reactions. That's kind of what's lessening now. There's no need to act out in fear. It's more a sense of acceptance. This is how I feel. Okay, I support myself in that feeling. I speak to others in that feeling. I have support from others with that feeling. We all share. We all feel. And it's fantastic. Because there's still working this out, because like I've said in many of the other blogs, it's not time framed, so we're not in the illusion of timing or scale of time. There's no time in this. It's now. So now is the right way to feel. So in that, your clarity comes in. Your sense of knowing whether to reach out in a certain way and have support, or whether you need time on your own and just to reflect. That's why I just felt right not to do a video blog last week. It's like, no, I need time to just integrate what I'm going through last week. For me, it's like, well, then don't be around people. I just hold my own space. Like a time of reflection. I don't go into the past. I don't go into hindsight. I just stay in the moment and reflect on how I feel in this moment. So even the word reflection doesn't really quite cut it for me anymore, because I'm not looking back. I'm just being and sitting with the sense of, how do I feel now? Where are my thoughts? Have I stayed here? Or have I gone in the past? Or am I thinking in the future? What is my practice? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I find it's a way of checking in. I'm also seeing these as gold moments, or golden moments, and moments of clarity. Just sit, wait, observe. Go out into my world. And I'm fortunate to live in a place where I have incredible bushland straight outside my door. So I can go for a walk and connect with the trees and the rocks and the wind, plant life, all the things that I hold dear in my life, that share incredible clarity with me. Beautiful bushland. So I feel very blessed and very fortunate. But also, it's a time of you just knowing, how do you connect? It could be, bike ride down to the local park, or along the beach, or down the road, wherever you live. Walk on the beach, whatever, doesn't matter. It's just doing what feels right for you to sit in this moment and check in. How do I feel right now? Also, where in the body am I feeling this? Is my gut stirred up? Am I feeling emotions there? I need to be present there. Do I have a headache? Am I in my thoughts a lot? Feelings there. Am I having pains in my hands or in my arms? It's all, your body lets you know immediately what's going on, and then I just check in. And that's part of working with the senses as well, the sense of being in this vehicle and checking in with that, because we've been brought up in a way of not honouring that. Your answers are outside of you. The education is outside of you. No, it's not. Your education, everything that you need to know is inside you. It is you. Outside of you just reflects that, just honours that, shines that, gives you confirmation of that if you need it. But it's definitely not outside of you. So you are your own school. You are your own teacher. You are your own student. You are your own friend, partner, lover, brother, sister, mother, father. You're it. You are the creator. And in that, how do you want to create your world? So this week, I just see this as a practice of being in this moment and staying as still as possible, which is my daily practice, and see what happens. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's a time of powerful movements in the world. We're also just moved through, or just moving through a full moon as well. So I find that a very powerful time of bringing up things that are needing to be seen, brought up to be cleared. So it's a very powerful time of clearing out any old belief systems that are still there, patterns in your body, in your thoughts, your DNA that are outdated, need to be released, cleared, accepted, let go, loved. So really all there is love and acceptance of loving. And that daily practice of just being as present as possible. So have a great week and keep up the good work. Yep, all works as you work it. So till then, lots of love, a fantastic week, and I'll see you soon.